So the great thing about social media is that it actually gives everyone, regardless of who they are, a voice. But of course, the bad thing about social media is that it gives everyone, regardless of who they are, a voice.
That's absolutely right. I mean, it's transformed the way we communicate from before social media, which I can remember myself before social media.
Yeah, me too.
And it wasn't like that. There were phones. It was weird.
Sent letters to people. If you had to complain, you sent someone a letter. You
So a strong worded letter.
A formally worded letter,
You didn't just tweet. They were the days. But like I say, it's transformed the way we communicate, right? It's made it easier to get a message out there, which is a good thing as much as it is a bad thing, because it's made it easy for people to kind of schedule just stuff after stuff after stuff. And on social media, quantity of posting is not a sign of quality of posting. Social media is, after all, in context, just one channel within communications, which is one part of a marketing strategy. It's not the be all and end all. Yes, it's a super tool, no matter which one you choose. Like Facebook is an incredible business. It wouldn't have 2 billion users if it wasn't. Twitter and Instagram wouldn't have as many millions, hundreds of millions of users as they have. LinkedIn wouldn't have, I don't know, what is it, 750 million connections. We're not disregarding the value of social media, but it's important that it's driven by that strategy, that you know you have a purpose for why you're using it, and you grow the right audience on it, because that will be more effective.
Yeah, I think it's almost like people are seeing it as the end itself rather than a means to an end. You know, for me, you know, a Twitter or a Facebook, LinkedIn, it's no more than a spanner to fix the engine of a car. And I think this is where people get, again, you know, we're a bit back into, you know, tactics versus strategy. The brilliant thing about social media is the ease it's given us of finding and talking to the right people. But you know, the bad thing is that the ease it's given us of spending a load of time, energy, effort, money just kind of wasted into that. And you know, again, you see it so often. You know, there are a lot. Here we go for the haters. Every business should definitely be on social media, but there are loads and loads and loads of businesses for whom it should be like 54th thing to do in line. Yep. And they get carried away, and you know, too many kind of shining marketing people have just kind of said, "Oh yeah, this is, you know, do this, do that, get on there." Yeah, us. You know, and they get kind of carried away with the new thing without thinking, is this of any relevance to the people I want to go to? Now, you'll always kind of have this. Well, yeah, but that it's a bit like networking. They might not be in the room, but they'll know someone. Well, yeah, possibly, but you've got you know, none of you are sat there doing nothing, twiddling your thumbs. You've got priorities. What is the thing that is most likely to cause the reaction I want, and what's the tool I need for that? And the other stuff sits below it. And you know, and it is a brilliant tool, but it has also allowed pretty much all of our spaces to be utterly drowned by, I was going to use a word, stuff, people.
Yeah, I mean, not one of the people behind any of the social networks have invented or built a marketing tool. They are all communications tools. They're for people talking to other people, whether those people are representing a brand or a business or a logo at that time. They're a communications tool. Facebook has a massive advertising platform, and that's brilliant, but none of them have built a marketing tool. People have started to market on them, but have kind of lost the purpose that it's there. It's a really good tool for talking to other people and building relationships. I think Brian Fanzo says it really good. He says, I think he said that Twitter doesn't take away the need for face-to-face meetings, but it makes those first handshakes a hug.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
you know, a warm, fluffy thing, but it's a warm introduction. It's like a warm lead. You know, I've been in networking events and conferences and things like around the world where I've seen people I know on Twitter, for example, or LinkedIn, that have gone, "Hey, Tim, all right, mate? How are you doing?" And I've never actually, I don't really know whether I've seen them in real life or not, but I know them. And that's to do with social media, and that's a massively powerful
They are brilliant
thing.
facilitators, and they should, for most of us, probably all of us, I don't know, but for most of us, they should be part of that mix but they're not the thing in itself. It's just there to do that. You know, it's like, you know, Twitter, for example, can be a great signposter thing.
Yeah.
It can be a great way to kind of, you know, just almost, I don't know, I referred to it as in a talk as marketing by osmosis. So actually, you're going to try and get in front of someone, and something's going to land on their desk, and something's going to, you know, hit them up on LinkedIn, and they're, you know, going to connect them on Twitter, and they're just going to see these things, even if they don't actually see them, if that makes sense. They're going to know they're there, kind of subconsciously, and that all helps, as Tim says. So when it actually does come to handshake, it is, you know, it's more of the hug than there. But I think, you know, we have a problem in the fact that everyone is doing it and thinking it is almost kind of kidding themselves. That's a bit unfair, that they're doing marketing, and they're kind of not really. It's just a tool. It's not a...
It's just a one part of digital, which is one part of communication, which not to go through that whole thing, but it is what it is, and it's a really powerful tool, and it's super useful of getting that message, the right message, to the right people, as long as you've done the planning behind it. As long as you've got, you know, a solid kind of compass guiding who you should grow an audience of. You know, is your content on there? I think Paul said it in a couple of previous videos. What of your marketing, what of your social media content is written for or about the people you're trying to reach as part of your strategy?
Yeah. And I think, you know, that can be a brilliant part of it, because the information, whether you like it or not, the information they have on us is extreme, and they know so much more about us than we probably think they do, which means from a marketer's point of view, that's lovely, because you can get in touch with people that are this and this and this and this and this, but it only works as part of a plan, and it only works if the people you're looking for are active, are in that space and thinking about it. And I think it's too easy to get carried away by it all and spend all your time on it, whereas actually there hasn't been any thought behind it to work out if this is the right space for you to be.
That's it. I mean, let's take Wetherspoon's recent news thing for an example. Like, so a while back, Wetherspoon's pulled out of social media amongst some furore amongst the thing.
That's furore.
But
I don't know why I mean,
there was... But there was a load of people who, including me, that didn't think it would make any difference to Wetherspoon's business at all. A load of people did, only because they did it properly. They obviously didn't have a great plan.
Yeah.
Or, I can't speak for the people in the marketing department that were in, or they knew that it just wasn't the right tool for attracting the people who want a pint of cider at 8 AM in the morning. They're probably not on LinkedIn and Twitter and Instagram stories. It's not their driver for attending Wetherspoon.
Yeah.
You know, I think surprisingly few number of businesses would be able to quit social media and it not matter.
Yeah.
And that's an indication of how well they're doing it. Yeah. Because social media done well is an amazing tool, but done well.
And I think that's it. I think there are plenty of businesses out there that could quit social media, that it would have no difference at all, other than giving them a load of time back, a load of money back, to do the stuff that is right to attract the people they really want to attract. And I think, you know, that's, you know, an issue with social media is the speed of stuff. You know, if you stick a tweet out, like 13 seconds, it's gone. It's gone, disappeared, and no one's scrolling through back and back and back and back and back. And you think, well, okay, for my target market, should I spend some time trying to come up with my Twitter strategy, or do I go direct mail? Do I get on the phone? Do I place adverts where they're more likely to see them? What's the kind of thing there? And I think, you know, it is definitely a hugely powerful tool. But you know, I can think of, you know, when I've taken time off social. I know Tim did it over Christmas. Sort of nothing changes really. Nothing. Yeah, I enjoy it. I don't mind a bit of social. You know, we've just had them taking the Mickey out of us at the pub across the road, where we went for lunch, and and I think, dare I say it, that's a hostelry, a place, a foodie place. It's a pub, doing it well. I think they are doing their social very, very well, and they're doing it in they are sharing content that is about people's enjoyment of what they do, and the banter and the chat, and it becomes a real kind of friendly sort of thing, which is, I guess, something that Wetherspoons just didn't do or didn't get close to. Or
no, I mean, you can, back in the day, you'd be able to scroll through the feed and you saw it was really unengaging. Whereas this example is that they shared it on Instagram stories, which again is the stories format of social is really interesting for behind the scenes and getting people to buy the people element of your business that differentiates from the products and services stuff that we spoke about in previous video. That's super powerful, but without knowing why you're going to do that or what sort of stuff is of interest to your client, like nobody's going to be of interest if you're photocopying some stuff. But have a strategy for the stories.
I'd love that.
You know, apart from Paul. Yeah. But, you know, have a strategy for stories, because whether you like them or not, people are watching Instagram stories on their tens of thousands, if not millions. So using them would be a good way of reaching people.
I think that's it. I think, you know, if 5 years ago we'd said there was a way where you could get your personality across in milliseconds and for free, well, you'd love it. You know, 10 years ago, the only way to really kind of have conversations with people was to meet them. Whereas now you can have conversations, produce videos, put content in front of exactly the right kind of people. And this is where the kind of the tools of, you know, if I'm making, I don't know, high-level salami, if I'm doing that, well, actually, something like Facebook, for example, allows me to have a virtual face-to-face conversation with a load of people that I know, like fine dining, like fine wine, like eating out, like artisan food, because all that information is there. And I think that's where it's so powerful. But if you don't do it with a plan, you're just shouting in the wind with every other person, at which point your voice gets taken.
And you get annoyed with it, because it takes your time and your money.
Yeah.
Which, you know, wastage of time and wastage of money is not in anyone's business plan.
Yeah. The amount of times we turn up with people and they say, look, I've just got no idea why I'm doing it. And you're like, oh, okay.
Then don't. If you don't have a definite answer, then probably don't do it. A la Wetherspoons.
Yeah, I can't see, I mean, I have no idea, it's too soon to see, but I can't see it'll have any marked effect on their business, and I think that's probably, you know, the right for the people. I think actually people leaving it, and I'm not advocating leaving it, but I think people leaving social media would actually grow their businesses, because it would leave them time and crucially focus to do more of the right things to directly the right people.
I think doing that sort of stuff is probably going to be more and more powerful in a post-GDPR world.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you may well not have people's data or the consent to use it. So what is a good way of having a quick communication or reaching 1,000 people who are interested in X? I mean, social media is so known for that, as is SEO.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now's the time to optimise, to refine, to clean up, to sort out, to have a plan regarding social media, because it's not going anywhere. It's part of the fabric of the way we communicate. But how you communicate and how well you do it is up to you.
Seems reasonable.